It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you.
Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy Pronounce Me Isabel here with your October reset. I'm hoping for a calmer month in October. I do only have one trip planned and it's early in the month and you will get a vlog about it. It is for May's 30th birthday. We are celebrating a little late. It all worked out in the end. And yeah, I mostly kind of have a chill reading month planned outside of Love in the Night, Blackoween, which I don't have. Listen, Blackoween's gonna get a dedicated vlog, but we'll talk about that in a minute as well. So here's the deal. The only lives, read-alongs, specific things happening is October 12th. We will be having the live for A Court of Mist and Fury. So come check that out if you're curious to see my thoughts on it and everyone else's. Love in the Night is happening October 7th through the 13th. And that is all about reading paranormal romance. I'll link to the announcement down below if you're curious and you missed it. And then otherwise, I'm reading Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman. Yeah, so that's my members pick for this month, and I'm really curious to see what I think of it. I know the cover screams YA, but it's actually an adult romance, so we'll see what happens when we read it. Those are the only solid plans I have, and then a loose plan of I will be reading for Blackoween. I don't know what I'm reading yet. I've not picked out my books. I need to look at the prompts again. I had a plan to do that before the end of the month, and it did not come together, and that's okay because that's a lot to happen, but I'm very, very excited for Blackoween, and I'm excited to see what other people are reading, which is kind of sometimes how I pick what I'm gonna read. Let's talk about Read What You Own real quick. This is being pre-filmed. So, my Read What You Own number is not final for September, but I'm just gonna count everything towards October because I'm really, really happy with the progress I made. I've cleared 15 more books off of my TBR. That is a win. That alone is a win for me right now. Again, I had a crazy month. I had a month that I just honestly went way differently than I ever expected. I still read a lot, and I've just been reading so much digital manga instead of reading things off my shelves, which is the problem. It's fine. The goal will be to continue that pace of 15 to 20 books off of my TBR next month, and I would feel fantastic about that. I don't see myself buying any books that I haven't read when I'm on my little trips here, so we'll see what happens. The other update is the hardest reading challenge of the year that I'm doing. I filled in one more letter in my name and now I have 2 or 3 left. I think in October, one of the things I will do is take that opportunity of a fresh month and a fresh start to see what I have to read that would fit prompts. I do have a slight plan possibly for the 4-book series, potentially. But I also thought about using one of hers for the booktuber one, which is that Katie Weismer Vampire Academy book series. The Marionettes, I think it's called. I'm really intrigued by it, and it's 4 books. So I was like, do I use that for the 4-book series and then find other booktuber books? I'm just not sure. I'm not sure, but it's fine. I will figure it out. I also might expand myself to authors on Book Talk that talk about their books regularly and stuff and their process. But yeah, I'm hoping to buckle down in October and honestly knock out the color prompt because I only have one color left, which is brown. And I feel like there's got to be a fall book I want to read with brown on the cover. I only have 3 alphabet letters left, so if I can knock that out, that'd be great. I just think a little more progress would be nice. Definitely stalled out right now a little bit, but that's okay. We can recover. I read enough, we can recover. And then I also still want to listen to the Stephen Hawking's book, A Brief History of Time and Space. What is it called? This one. Anyways, it's short, and that is going to be my birth year book, so it's happening. It is happening. It's just a matter of time. It's gonna be okay. And then arc-wise, my goodness. Okay, y'all listen. October's out of control. I have so many arcs on my list. It's ridiculous. And I think a couple of them might help me on my name spelling for the hardest reading challenge, so that's good. First up, we have Deja Brew. This is a witchy romance. I've loved the other 2 books in the series. I already have a hold on the audiobook. I have an e-arc. I will be reading this probably at the beginning of Love in the Night, to be honest with you. Like, it is going to be one of my early reads in October. Then I have Double Apex. This is a STEM heroine and a race car driver hero. I need nothing more. I'm very excited for this one. I also have The Nightmare Before Christmas, another one I'm hoping to read in October. If I don't read it in October, like, it's perfect because I have 3 months to read it technically, since it is a holiday themed book. It is both Christmas and Halloween. Maybe I'll read it in November because it's kind of the perfect time. This is a 2 royal princes in a like dating game situation or something. It sounds like I'm very intrigued. The Stars Are Dying is a vampire fantasy romance that comes out this month, and I should have an audio arc from the publisher of this one soon, and I'm really, really excited to try it. I am desperate for vampire books. I'm also desperate for not fantasy vampire books, but that's fine. I will take it. So this is like loosely Greek myth inspired also, which again has my interest. So I'm like fingers crossed this hits and is fantastic because I have an art copy of both. So we're holding out hope, y'all. Then we have How to Help a Hungry Werewolf. This is supposed to be pretty horny and I'm here for it. I need to read When Grumpy Met Sunshine by Charlotte Stein still. Because I haven't read that yet either. But I will be reading this one this month because it's a werewolf shifter. It's October. It's the perfect vibe. So this is high on my list. Also, we have Fat Heroine, so I'm just extra in. Then Bull Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon comes out. I need it. I need it, like, in my hands already. It is such a pretty copy. The print edition of this is stunning. I will be purchasing. This is one that I might bully Shay into reading with me the weekend we're traveling for May's birthday. I need to talk to her about that. But yeah, we may buddy read this because it comes out in the middle of the month. So that one is very high on my list. It is a Minotaur. It has magic systems, all kinds of things. I'm invested. Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake is a queer rom-com. I'm very, very excited for this. I will not be reading this in October. This is like a November 1st read. I did get an arc of it, and I feel bad saying that, but like literally it is a November 1st read. So there's that. I also have an arc of Spark of the Everflame, which is getting its traditional release. It is still available on KU and stuff, so I might try and get to that this month. And last but not least, we have The Bitter End by Alexa Dunn. This is like about kids at a ski cabin situation, snowed in, murder, intrigue, YA thriller in the fall and the winter. So I'm very excited and I really enjoy Alexa Dunn's writing. Okay, let's talk about just general potentials and reading plans. So with Blackoween happening, I'm going to be reading some Black romance for it and also reading some probably YA, like I'll probably do middle grade YA like Ruby's Crew for the Tula Parish stuff. So yeah, I haven't like fully picked out a TBR. I know I would like to read some YA middle grade thriller horrors and I would like to read some Black romances for it. I definitely will have some overlap from Love in the Night titles that I read that will also apply towards the Blackoween prompts. I'll probably do like a dedicated 1 week like just reading Blackoween books towards the end of the month for y'all. I do want to know if y'all have recommendations for me in the like what you think I should try and read. Even if it's like adult horror, if it's not too scary, I might try. But if you have books you think you would like to see me read for that, let me know. Because I definitely want to prioritize a lot of things, but I also can't prioritize everything, and I'm almost overwhelmed with the amount of things I do want to read versus like the time I will have to read them. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, please give me your recommendations and what you would like to see me read. I'd love to know what you're reading for Blackoween as well, because I do love this. It's one of my favorite readathons. I think Brie puts so much amazing work into this that I just like am always in awe of it, and then like also am always like, yeah, this is perfect every time. But also on the other potentials reading note, I would like to read a romantasy a week in October. I have a lot of romantasies on my TBR and I would just like to start getting through them. I know Quicksilver on audio comes out, which I have pre-ordered and I do want to read. I have Spark of the Everflame. I have Fear of the Flames. I have a ton just sitting there and I'm enjoying them. I can only read about one a week though. So I'm just kind of thinking maybe if I try to read a romantasy a week, that would be really nice and fun and a way to get through my romantasy TBR and see what I think of some of these popular romantasies. Next, my Love in the Night list TBR, because this is one of those months, y'all. It's just one of those months. One Night, One Bite I will be rereading. This is our group pick for the readathon. I also plan to finish Court of the Vampire Queen series by Katie Robert. I read the first 2 or 3 of these and just stopped. I do this. This is why I don't read a lot of incomplete series, because I will literally read half of it and then just stop for no reason. And I never know why I do it and I just forget. I also put Filthy Rich Vampire by Geneva Lee on my list. I keep seeing it everywhere. I don't know if this is good or not. I don't know anyone who's read it. And I'm just like, I don't know, maybe we try it. Maybe it'll be really good. Maybe I'll like it. I also have Made It to My Ex by Kate Pryor on here. This is a recent release. They literally are divorced and end up being fated mates. And I'm very intrigued how this works. I also put Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue on the list because this has been on my TBR forever. And I keep wanting to try and get to it and I never do. So maybe this is the Love of the Night round that I do. I also have Taste by Nikki Clark. This is another one I've had on my TBR multiple times. And I keep just not getting to it. So I do really want to prioritize this one. This is a Black vampire book. And I do believe there's a second one. So I also have Dark City Omega by Elizabeth Stevens. I love her writing. Fantastic writing. And I really liked the first chapter that I read of this. So I feel like I just need to read the book. You know, like I just need to actually pick it up. So fingers crossed for that. I also have I Accidentally Summoned a Demon Boyfriend by Jessica Cage. This one I'm really interested in because I love when it's like I summoned a demon. Like those things, like they scratch an itch for me. That is like a plot point I adore. So I'm fingers crossed I freaking love it also. Okay, and then I only have 2 of the 3 to hold up. I do have 3 manga picked out, and we'll talk about manga in a minute, but I am hoping to continue reading The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions. I have volume 2, and I may pick up volumes 3 and 4 and 5 if that's out when I am at a Barnes in the next 2 weeks. But I'm really excited to read this. Again, I'm in a vampire mood, y'all, and I cannot get vampire books. The other one, I'm going to hold up volume 2 because volume 1's downstairs, but My Dear Curse Casting Vampiress. Volume 2, I would like to read because I would just like to start this series. I have 3 volumes of it. I'd love to see what I think of it. I love the concept. It sounds fun. I also would like to, if I can find it, Vampire Dormitory Volume 11. If I find this before Love in the Night, I will be reading it so that I will be current with the series again. So that's my big Love in the Night plans. Do you want me to do a spinner wheel for the week, mood read, or alternate? I might alternate. We might do like a spinner wheel if I can't decide and then also swap in other things. So I even made myself a wish list on Kindle, like on Amazon, to list out all the books I wanted to read. So I'm trying to be very organized. Now let's talk about my manga TBR of what I want to read that isn't Love in the Night related. Because 30 and 30 is over, I still want to keep some pace up with my manga reading. Obviously not the volume I read in September for 30 and 30, but whatever I haven't finished of Queen's Quality, I would like to get current on in the month. And then I have about 15 volumes pulled out that I would like to read. So I've kind of pulled a selection of things that I've just been working to catch up on slowly. First up, we have volumes 4 and 5 of Cherry Magic. Once I read 6, I'm current with what I have to find 7. So far 7's just been out of stock everywhere. So I've just kind of been waiting, but I have 4 and 5 pulled to hopefully read this month. I also would like to read volume 8 of My Senpai is Annoying because I have a little bit of a backlist of this, and if I could read 1 or 2 a month here, that'll help get me current. This was one I picked up when Shay was here at the beginning of the year, and that is I Think Our Son is Gay, volumes 1 through 5. I thought I was going to read this in June. I did not, but I would like to just, maybe one afternoon sit down and read all of this, see what I think, because I am hopefully unhauling some things this month at McKay's from my manga collection. So one of the things I want to do is read some of the series I have that are complete or get caught up on and make some decisions if I do want to keep reading them or not. But I think I'll end up keeping this. I'm very excited about it. It's about these parents like accepting that their son's gay and like celebrating him for it. This is gonna surprise everyone. I thought I would read this before 30 and 30 is out, and I may still, so this could get edited out or left in, and I might just put a note that I did already read it. I have volumes 13 through 16 of Blood on the Tracks. That is backwards. I want to finish this series. I am terrified to finish this series though, because I'm afraid it's gonna suck. And the 12 volumes I've loved will mean nothing to me, and I'm going to be unhauling it. And that I don't like that feeling. I hate that feeling. I've had it happen now with 2 series this year that finished, and I'm afraid it's going to be a 3rd. I may end up reading this right before 30 and 30 ends just to get it done, and then I'm going to read volume 17 in the bookstore. If 16 leaves me questioning, I'm going to just read 17 at the bookstore and make a decision from there versus buying it. I am nervous and excited and torn all around about this one. We'll see what happens. This is one that I feel like this is like a perfect fall read, which is The Great Snake's Bride Volume 2. I really liked Volume 1. I need to read Volume 2. I just keep not picking it up because I keep forgetting I have it, to be honest with you. So it's going back in the pile and in the bucket. Next is a series I want to get current on before the new one releases in January. And I have through volume 11 on my shelves right now, so I just have to pick up 12. and that is Witch Hat Atelier. I have volumes 4, 5, and 6. I really love this series, but it's very slow to release in the States, so I've let a large amount pile up. Literally, I have through volume 11. If I read 3 this month and like 3 next month and then 2 in December, I would be caught up, or 3 in December if I get volume 12 as well. So I would be current then when 13 comes out and just be current until the next thing releases. So yeah, I would like to read at least 3 Witch Hat Ateliers. The art in it's stunning, so I don't see myself like unhauling that as a series ever, but it's just one where I'm like, I need to get current again. So that is where we're at right now. That is everything I'm hoping to read this month. It's a lot. I'm being very ambitious, but I really want to have a good reading month in October. I need it. I haven't had a good reading month since June. July was okay. And I just really need to give myself a good reading month. Like at the end of the day, I really, really need that personally with everything else going on. So that's the goal. Fingers crossed we can manage it. Let me know your reading plans for October. If you have anything you're specifically going to be prioritizing or, you know, that you really want to get to. If you have any recommendations for me for Blackoween, let me know in the comments as well. If you don't want to do any of that, leave me a rain emoji because it is pouring rain on and off out here. And there's more rain coming and I hate it so much right now because I want the rain, but it's not coming at a time where I can just cozy up and read. So like, it's frustrating. I will have links to all the things I talked about, links to my friend anywhere on the internet. I will be back in just a few days with the next video. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away